think at this point I was more into the lumberjack's wife than the lumberjack. Maybe it was her pregnancy. I don't know. The girl was glowing every time I saw her. The way she kept her hair braided, the freckles all over her face, the little gap between her front teeth. Never wore shoes, laughed recklessly. Currently she was sleeping, late into the morning, well past sunrise, and I was just sort of observing her from a few centuries in the future. A dignified sleeper, straight as an arrow, mouth closed, clenching to her swollen belly over the sheets. Her husband, the lumberjack guy, he left a few hours ago. I assumed to jack lumber, but I didn't really like watching him sleep the way I liked watching her. I gotten really good at locking on her, or at least specifically this couple, whenever I tried drifting into the history of this fuck-ass cabin I was holed up in. I still didn't have a perfect idea of how my powers worked, couldn't pinpoint the date as precisely as I wanted to in order to ensure that I always ended up with her, and not the weird hippies, always smoking weed, or the dinosaur. Actually, I kinda like the dinosaur. Maybe I'd visit him in a minute. But anyway, 5-second internet search told me that lumberjacking sorta hit its peak in the mid to late 1800s, which meant that was probably around when my pregnant Betty crush lived. Which meant I had to be careful, because who the hell knows how many people died in childbirth in the 1800s, but I'm sure it wasn't an uncommon occurrence, especially in the middle of nowhere. I didn't have it in me to watch sad stories unfold, at least not in the headspace I was living in. As my queen took a mighty inhale and her supple chest heaved up then down, I reflected on the serenity I'd managed to attain. Things were much calmer than the first day I remembered my bizarre, multi-voiced jailer telling me I had to weather out the storm, sober up from the drunkenness of temporal chaos I was thrust into in the aftermath of escaping my eternal infantile torture. They visited me a few times, the multi-voice person, just to give me a few moments of pure levelness and present-mindedness, quite literally. I think it was roughly daily. It was hard to remember in the early days, back when I was really toiling in it, back when shit like colonial soldiers or whatever woke me up every morning and I was mentally incapable of holding myself in the present. Now that I had a semblance of balance, now that I at least had the wherewithal to identify when I was slipping, I could certainly assert multi-voice came daily. Basically. Actually, I don't know, shit. Time wasn't as straight and narrow for me, even with all my newfound equilibrium. I should really have gotten a calendar, but I wasn't allowed to leave. Oh, my friend. I snapped back into the present day, steady enough to recognize the knock as present, and not forthcoming, albeit pretty urgent sounding. I hustled to the door and pressed myself against it, fairly accustomed to my pal not opening it. Hey, can I get a calendar in here or nah?
My dear, are you well?
It was often hard to ascertain the emotional state of my only friend, whose name I didn't know. Given the way they talked like 4 people at once, they seemed kind of panicky. But then, I'd never known them to be anything but perfectly calm. Shit, if anything, I was the one who was always panicking about some historical event I'd accidentally witnessed, and they'd be the ones calming me down, reassuring me that I was gazing into the past. So I probably read a tone that wasn't there just because of how weird they talked. Yeah, I'm actually great. But hey, can I get a calendar in here or not?
I can get you a calendar later. We need to talk about something urgent.
I don't know, getting a calendar feels pretty urgent, dude.
My child, listen to me.
Hey, you want to hear a funny calendar fact?
Wait.
You know how September is like the 9th month, but then the prefix sept is 7, and then October is 10th, but oct is 8, then November and December, same basic idea?
Oh,
Hold on, I promise I will listen to this story. I just need you to...
Turns out, September used to be 7th, and October was 8th, and November was 9th, but then Caesar, Julius Caesar, he stuck a month in the middle and named it after himself, the arrogant prick, July. And then August, too, after his little cousin or whatever, Augustus. Wait, maybe Augustus did this.
Tokami.
Tokami? What the fuck does that mean? Wait.
It's really a fascinating tale. You know I love your
Is
idiosyncratic...
that me? Is that my name, Tokami? I couldn't even wait for them to finish their thought before I blurted it out. My bizarre friend practically choked on their own voices.
Yes. That's...
Your name is Tokami.
Oh, wow. Ha!
You didn't... What did you think your name was?
The Failsafe. It was silent for a few seconds. Hey, what's your name? I swore I heard them crying. Oh, geez, look, man, I'm sorry, I didn't... You don't have to tell me your name if it's something stupid. I'm sorry.
It's not that, honey.
Is it the calendar? You don't have to give me a calendar if you don't...
It's not the calendar either, it's just...
I gave them a chance to compose their thoughts, but it really didn't seem like they were going to. You mad that the arrogant prick Julius Caesar fucked up the months so they didn't make sense anymore?
No, it's
Nothing so simple, I'm afraid I'm overcome by the
Totality with which I've failed to take care of so many things I thought I could take care of, not least of all you,
Tokumi.
Oh, I'm fine, bro. You take care of me better than anyone I can remember. I mean, I don't remember much, but...
In any case, there are other colossal misdeeds and loose ends
playing out in rather dramatic ways right now. How do you feel, my child?
Better than ever.
Staying in the now?
When I want to. And looking into the then when I want to as well. You were right when you said I was just, like, sobering up.
Have you tried using your abilities, reverting any objects to their past forms?
I stared at my fingertips for a second, imagining the glowing ball of pure white light I had this unique capacity to extract whenever I made things younger. It sent a jolt of adrenaline through me, beaded sweat onto my forehead, cold enough to curl my fingers as I shook away the ringing in my ears. Nap was all I could muster in response.
Tokumi,
Ah, that's me!
I need you to try to do something that might hurt you.
That's fucking weird, bro, but alright. What is it?
I need you to turn on the TV.
For a second, I just waited for them to keep elucidating on the potentially painful action they wanted me to take, but once I realized it was literally just watching TV, I had to giggle. Oh boy, yeah, that sounds torturous, Jigsaw. What, is there some shitty reality show you want me to check out? 'Cause joke's on you, trashy hot women yelling at each other is actually my favorite brand of... The scene that greeted me on TV was difficult to absorb.
Coming to you live at what once was the capital, a bustling metropolis home to millions, reduced to sheer ruin. The devastation we witness here is beyond words. Every building within the central district is gone, just gone. Unconfirmed reports seem to suggest that former Ava Equalizer and current head of Beam, Jackson Teak, may be responsible.
Wait, Jackson Teak, The name sent a jolt of electricity through me that paralyzed my tongue. The lady on the news prattled on as I pictured his face.
Military sources report Teak appearing in the capital moments...
One eye missing, brain pouring from the socket. He peeled the skin from his own chest and slipped his heart between the ribs. Why did he keep making me... He's decaying. He's a zombie. Fetid, putrid, gangrenous flesh. How long did he let himself just fucking rot? For me to clean up? He's mutilated. Unspeakable horror of gore, repugnant monster, and why would you...
His motives remain unknown.
You selfish, foul asshole, why would you...
It's estimated over 8 million are dead.
Why would you do this to me? My friend placed their hand firmly on my shoulder, and the white-hot rage building in me started to subside as my head got woozy and my legs fell from beneath me. I collapsed, but a chair appeared under me, saving me from a firm collision with the floor. It was only then I realized the white-hot rage maybe was a bit more literal than I first expected. My friend was struggling to roll a full-blown tree away from me to the corner of the room. Was I lumberjack? Or did it Where was the wooden chair that was sitting there a moment ago? Before I could comprehend the truth that I'd taken that chair, rolled time out of it until it was back into being a tree, my enigmatic pal turned to face me. Face wasn't quite the appropriate word, though. They didn't have a face. Or, I guess they probably did, but a pure white mask covered it up.
Are you alright?
I think so. I didn't even realize I was crying. I could barely breathe. I think Jackson Teak, we have, history.
Yes?
Not super good with history.
I told you it might hurt.
It was hard to look at my friend and his faceless mask, but he'd mercifully switched off the TV, so there wasn't much for me to watch. My feet seemed to be the best place to land.
It's a mess, Tokumi. And it's my fault.
How?
So many ways.
I want to help.
That's good. They need your help.
But you're not ready yet.
I want to help, please.
You will, I promise.
They gently spoke as they stepped back across the room, then out. Shut the door and locked it. I hadn't even realized it was open.
I think you just need a few more weeks.
Will it be too late?
The thing about you, my dear,
You're always right on time.
For some reason I couldn't quite understand. I just started sobbing.